You're watching our winning workout special. We're looking at the Singapore Airlines International Cup workout on Thursday morning here at the Singapore Racecourse. Post position draw done earlier on today. Shadowgate, the winner in 2007, came up with post position 1. Let's have a look at Gloria de Campio. Comes out of post position 6, a barrier 6, and this guy's been ticking over nicely since landing here.
Yeah, he's just a lovely horse, Gloria de Campio. Big, long horse. As you see, he's got a nice long neck on him. He covers the ground really well. Nice and relaxed type of horse, and settles in well to all his surroundings when he travels around the world. Gloria de Campio won the race last year and is in great form on the training track as well this time around.
He keeps his head nice and low, doesn't he? He stretches it out. That was important in Dubai when he won by a nose over Liz's Desire. He's just a very genuine racehorse.
Yeah, he is. And he keeps giving it at the finish of his races too, and he's a real trier. And he's just a lovely horse to watch him work. He's a nice floating action, sticks his head right out, and yeah, like you said, a very genuine racehorse, Gloria de Campio.
Good to have it back here defending its crown in the Singapore Airlines International Cup. So we've got the horse that won the world's richest race at his last start stepping out. Very exciting indeed. Pressfus been unlucky. It's well documented that his last few starts, but again, he's got to be a serious chance here.
Yeah, and he does look well since arriving, Pressfus. And he starts to canter off, and you were able to catch up with his right-hand man who's been travelling all around with Pressfus. Charlie
Pressfus, light exercise for him this morning?
Yeah, same as yesterday, and then we went to the paddock just for a light lead around, and he seems to have settled well into his surroundings in Singapore.
We know a lot about his form, great here last year without winning. How's it compared to last year, his form going into this year's Cup?
Yeah, we were worried on sort of at the Jebel Hatta prior to going into that race that he wasn't back to his best, coming back off 2 runs in the all weather. But he showed us that day that he was back to his best, and obviously GT3 didn't work out, and nor did the QE2. So, but hopefully he's on form for Sunday.
No speed in the QE2 Cup in Hong Kong. That worked against you. You'd be expecting more speed here in Singapore?
Yeah, looks like there's three front runners with Gloria de Campio, Jolly Shinju and Shadowgate. So hopefully 2 of them take each other on and create a bit of pace. Hopefully, and then in the straight we can sort of start to pick them off.
Obviously an outstanding horse for connections, frustrating for punters at times. The obvious question would be, can you ride him more close to the lead, or is it just his pattern of racing?
He's naturally a slow starter. We have tried to speed him up, but he just doesn't seem to want to take to it. And then there's always the risk that if he does jump slowly, then when you want to try and get a position, he's just going to be too keen and not settle into the race. So it's a catch-22 really.
He's had bad barrier draws in Dubai. Is he due for a good barrier, or doesn't it matter with this horse?
Well, it doesn't really matter. I normally pick the bad ones anyway, but we'll see. Look, if he draws 1 or 2, then you'd be hopeful that he may be a little bit closer, or 4 or 5. But if I go and pick 12 again, then we sort of know where he's going to be.
He always needs luck, but are you confident going into the race?
Hopeful. I think what I'm hopeful about more than anything is that he gets a chance to show his turn of foot, because last 2 races he just hasn't been able to do it, and that's frustrating is probably not the right word, but I feel sorry for the horse more than anything else, you know.
Well, Charlie was the last to get a crack at the barrier draw, and he came up with 10. That was all that was left, so he can't be blamed anyway, Andrew. Al Shamali is the next one. He's come up with post position 7, and of course he was the Dubai duty-free winner.
And it was a nice win by him too, Al Shamali. Pressfus was also in that race, but he was back and caught in a few traffic problems. But this horse is up there on the speed and kicked on for a good win. So, and since he's arrived, he's a lovely type of horse. His coat looks good, really settled into the surroundings here, and the warm climate here in Singapore obviously suits him as well and looks in great order.
Yeah, he's going along nicely. He's race rider Royston French aboard there on Thursday morning. And he certainly got this horse going very nicely, Royston, and the trainer Ali Al-Rahi. Liz's Desire now, he's come up with the wide draw, barrier 9. Got a nice cosy run in Hong Kong when he ran second, but it wasn't cosy in Dubai. He had to come from right off the speed, so he's in good form, this horse.
He is, and just had a light morning on the training track on Thursday, had a bit of a walk and a bit of a trot. They took him into the paddock schooled him, showed him the parade ring where he's going to be saddled up on race day. And as you see, he's not an overly big horse, doesn't carry a lot of excess condition, so he's fit. He's done his more serious workouts during the week, so just giving him some light work during the week, and looks terrific.
Does indeed. So there's Liz Desire, and Kevin Shea will be aboard him on Sunday evening. Shadow Gate, the winner in 2007. He's an 8-year-old now. He won it as a 5-year-old, so he's trying to turn back the hands of time, but he looks magnificent. He's a lovely horse.
Yeah, he's black, so he's got all the red bands and all the red gear on as well, so he does come up well under lights. And his work was quite good. I was happy with the way he galloped here. He was allowed to do a lot more serious work in the home straight. He's picked it up nicely here as he comes into the home straight, and his jockey let him roll along, and he does stretch out quite okay in the final 200 metres. He did clock 12 seconds for his last 200 metres.
He's coming out of barrier 1 too, so he's come up with the coveted rails here, and the Japanese generally do contend here in Singapore. Shadow Gate winning it the year after Cosmo Bulk won it. So,
and he's a on-pace runner too, Craig, so he's expecting to be right up there on the speed.
Yeah, there should be plenty of speed in it too, and you know, the likes of Gloria and also our very own Jolly Shinji, so it should be a very genuine race, as they generally are. Yaman Kingley is the next here, barrier 5 for this bloke. Don't know a lot about him, but obviously he goes pretty good.
Yeah, it's just talking to the Japanese press that's here. He's got very similar form to what Shadowgate had before when he came and won it back in 2007. But it's a strong open race. Get a nice serious workout there, and he's going quite well. And you caught up with Jolly Shinju.
Ronnie Jolly Shinju, she appears to be getting back to some good form. How's she at the track?
Yeah, no, we've been very happy with her, especially this last week. You know, she's going to go into it without a sort of run for a month or so, but I think Mr. Takioka's done a good job preparing her for that. And on her work the other day, you know, I think she's getting very close to where she was when she was winning the Derby in that.
Yeah, her Triple Crown win as a 4-year-old was outstanding. She went off the boil then. Is she somewhere back to where she was?
Look, I think she is. It's always a bit of a task, you know, when she hasn't had a run for over a month now and that, but she's the type of mare that you can work on the track, and I think train her up to racing, because she always puts in that 110%, so therefore she's always working that little bit harder, and I'm really happy with her, the way she's come along, and I expect her to run really well.
Obviously, International Group 1, there'll be plenty of speed on Gloria de Campio and those type horses. She's an on-pace runner. Is that where you expect her to be?
Yeah, I expect her to be probably still try and lead or be thereabouts. That is definitely a concern with the amount of speed in the race. And, you know, we uncharted sort of horses we're racing against and that. But, look, she's on a speed horse, so we'll probably just stick to the normal plan and see how she goes.
Laid back Ronnie Stewart, and he's drawn in barrier 2, Andrew, so he'd be absolutely tickled pink with the barrier draw for her. La Halib is the next along, and it's drawn in barrier position 4. And form around this horse is pretty good, 6th in the Dubai Duty Free.
Yeah, and she's just had pretty much a steady week since arriving here. La Halib, her rider John Egan in the saddle, just having a nice leisurely canter in the home straight. And she does look like she's moving quite well and nice and bright. She's got her ears pricked and looks good enough on the track.
Won a Group 1 in Canada towards the end of last year, so widely travelled galloper, and sure to acquit itself well.
Well, thanks for your help, Craig.
No problems. Looking forward to Sunday, Andrew.
Yeah, look forward to on Sunday, the 16th of May, the Singapore Airlines International Cup.